it's a really great design and it feels great in the hand. What's up guys, now I'm taking a quick intermission between reviewing the Legends Demogoblin Wave to show you this. It's the brand new PS4 back button attachment. Now I've actually been really excited for this for like the last 2 months when I first saw it announced, because it adds 2 additional buttons which are programmable, and it should hopefully give me a 1-up in competitive play. It's almost like getting the Xbox Elite controller but at a fraction of the cost, because this thing's only $30 while that is like $180. But enough talk, let's get this review started. Here's the front of the box showing the product and some wording. Here's the side showing what it comes with. Here's the other side showing the compatibility. Here's the bottom with the upside down UPC, and here's the top, and then I kind of opened it already. Here's the back here. I actually repackaged it just so I could show you an unboxing. Is that weird? Whatever, let's go and unbox it. Alright, now it actually comes sealed, but I popped the seal already. Like I said, I already opened it. As you can see, the first thing it says, important, read first. We can pull that out. It's just telling you how to install it so that you don't break it, which it actually is pretty difficult to install, but I figured out a way to do it that it's actually a lot easier and like super easy, so I'll show you that when I install it. Nothing else in the box, and then here's the little baggie, and then here's this that it comes with, and then the instruction manuals right in here, and then you have the product itself, which was taped. I popped the tape already, and you pull it out and there you go. Nice and simple, and it's a lot smaller than I thought. Actually, I'm not really sure what I was expecting, to be honest, so I guess it works. Alright, I went ahead and cleaned up the mess I made here. Super fast, movie magic. Now let's go and take a close look at the product. And here's a closer look at the back button attachment, and overall it's pretty nice. It's lightweight, but it has a nice texture to it, and it definitely feels first party. It doesn't feel like a third party, like kind of crummy attachment. It feels good. And of course you have the button sides here, and there's a little screen protector here. Right now you just peel it off like so, but I'm honestly probably going to leave it on because it's a screen protector, plus it seems to be anti-fingerprint. And of course you got the legal fart on this side, and this is actually rubber. It's a very light kind of soft rubber on here. It feels nice, and it's going to protect the controller, which is great. And then you have the little connection port right here, and it's actually spring loaded, as you can see, so it actually pivots when you install it, and that's why it's a pain in the butt to install. But let's go and install it, and I'll show you the little technique that I found out that makes it like cakewalk. Oh, and this is a 3.5mm headphone jack too. Alright, now apparently it can break if you don't do it right, which is why Sony puts that warning, but all they really tell you is you just push it in and don't wiggle it. So I guess the wiggling part is what'll make it break. But yeah, I just had so much trouble trying to get it in. As you can see, it's just like, what's going on? This is how you get it in right. What you do is you just make sure this plug is in there, and you very lightly, see how you can see it right now? Just push it flush. Now it's flush just like that, and now that it's in, you can see how it's pointed in. You just push right here. Boom. Nice and easy. And removing it is just as easy. You just put your fingers right here in the center, 2 of them, and then you hold right here so it doesn't torque forward, and then you press down, and then you kind of slowly finagle it out, and there you go. Nice and easy. Alright, I'll install it again, this time from a different angle and super bright, because Sony's instructions are terrible. We'll go and zoom in there. You must make sure that this 3.5mm jack goes in like so. Make sure it's flush. Nice and flush like that, and then you just push right here, and bink, there you go. It is installed and ready to rock and roll. And here's what it looks like attached, and overall it's very nicely contoured and just fits very flush to the controller. They did a really good job designing it. There's just pretty much no gaps. It's very minimal, but it's not noticeable. And the biggest thing is that there's no like slack at all. It doesn't like wiggle around when you push the buttons, which is great. That would be so annoying if it did. And overall it just feels really great in the hand. But I'll show you more when I show you the different handholds, how it doesn't interfere with your button presses and your fingers. But first, let's talk about the button programming. Alright, now first things first, you got to turn on the controller, obviously, and it turns on with the controller. As you can see, you can kind of see it right there. Ooh, that's pretty dim. Okay, adjusted the camera settings. That should be better there. Now, if this doesn't turn on with the controller, then give it a little double tap. Make sure it's solidly placed, because it has to be like super firmly in place, not even a millimeter gap. Otherwise, it won't turn on. That happened to me like twice, and I freaked out. I thought it was broken, but just push it in tighter. Alright, first things first, you push this button right here to turn it on, and as you can see, it comes on and also turns off very fast. See the little countdown bar? That just shows that it's turning off. And just to note, just because it's off doesn't mean it's not working. The buttons are always working. It's just you have to push the button to turn screen on to save battery naturally. Plus, it's only down here that's a button. It's not this entire thing. This is actually a dead zone. That's great for gameplay hand holding, and I'll show you that during the handhold section. Plus, it's not a touch screen, so yeah, oh well. It's probably better because you might accidentally activate it. And it comes with 3 profile settings, which you just cycle through by double tapping that button there. 1, 2, and 3. Then it cycles back to the first. And to program it, you simply just push and hold for like half a second, and then it goes into program mode. If you want to go into a different profile, double tap once again. And then to get out of programming mode, you can just leave it, or you can just push it one more time, and there you go. And another thing too is if you don't want to, cycle through during the programming, just pick the one that you want. Let's say number 3. Push and hold, and it's automatically on number 3. And then when in programming mode, all you got to do is push the corresponding button you want to change, and it changes the icon on screen, and that is the button you get. You can push and hold, and it just cycles through. If you want to be random and make it like a slot machine, just be like, boop, okay, let's see what button it does, R2. So yeah, pretty simple. Same thing with this side too. Actually, I wonder if you can both. It's a slot machine. Where's it gonna stop? Take your guesses, guys, and boom. All right, if you guessed it right, then I don't know, good job. And here's the instruction manual for you reading inclined viewers out there. I'll just move it up and down. You can pause it to read it. And here's the instructions on how to program the button, and it actually shows you all the different options that you can choose from. Unfortunately, there's no share option, which was kind of interesting, but I guess that's not a very good button. But anyways, that you can reset it to if you want to. All right, now let me tell you about a really great feature I noticed about this thing. As you look here, it looks like this entire panel here is a button, but the truth is it only activates if you push on the corner here or about right here. As you get closer to the center, it no longer activates the button. See, you get here, you hear the click, but here, push all you want, nothing happens. Same thing for here. I already turned off the controller, but you push down here, that's a button, but up here, right here, nothing. So that means you can actually place your finger here when you're hand holding it, and you can press all you want and you won't accidentally activate the buttons, which is a great design. And that leads into the hand holding positions. And here it is in hand, and as you can see, it fits perfectly in your hand. The bottom 2 fingers fall right on the bottom, the middle fingers fall right into the buttons, and then the top 2 fingers are free to push the upper buttons up here. It's a really great design, and it feels great in the hand. Now, something I did notice while playing is when I push the left stick down, as you can see, it's on the same pane as the back button over here. I would accidentally push the back button as I was pushing the run button, and that's where the dead zone comes in. You can actually put your fingers right here or here, and then you can push the buttons all you want and nothing will happen on the back buttons because it's the dead zone, which is great. So it's kind of a learning process, but you just kind of reposition your fingers and you play like this, and you can push the buttons all you want and you don't have to worry about accidentally activating the back buttons. And if you're one of those people whose preference is to put both fingers on top, that works as well. Your pinkies go right underneath it, and then your index fingers, I guess these are called, I forget, go right there, and then you're good to go. You put those there in the dead zone and you're good to play. And if you're one of those people who like to play like this, I'm just kidding, nobody plays it. Well, actually, there's always that one person. So if you're that one person who plays like this, I don't even know how you do it, that works as well, because you're just, this is just terrible. But anyways, as you guys remember, there are 3 profile settings that you can have in this button attachment, and you can switch them on a dime simply by double tapping, which means in a single game, you can have up to 3 profiles and switch between them. And once you get good to it, it's actually pretty fast. Check this out. So you're just playing, ta 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 ta, bam, double tap. See that? Just double tap, just like that. It's a very quick movement. And now you have 3 different settings you can go through the entire game. Just double tap. Okay, double tap, double tap. You kind of have to memorize it because you can't just keep flipping and looking, but still, it's a pretty cool option. I like that. Alright, now let's do some gameplay with this. Now, excuse the weird setup because I wanted to show me manipulating the controller at the same time as the game was playing, and I don't have a dual camera setup, so this is just kind of how it is going to be. But it's just for educational purposes, so it's just, yeah. Oh, and I'm using Fortnite because I just got a PlayStation 4, and this is the only shooter game I have, so if you like Fortnite, great. If you don't, then my bad. It's just for demonstration purposes. Alright, now we are in game. I got my weapons and we are going to try this out. Now I have the left button set to the X for jumping, and then the right button set to the O for the build. Now one thing I've always wanted to do was be able to jump and aim at the same time, which you can now do. Check this out. Okay, here's the old way, right? So you're jumping and then you have to aim. You stop aiming it just so you can jump. Now I can jump and aim at the same time. So now I can have a one-up on PC players, because Fortnite likes to put you up against PC players, and it used to be an unfair advantage because they had the mouse and keyboard, but now this helps to level the playing field. So this is something I definitely like. And then, like I said, see, if you have your finger down here and then you start to run, sometimes you accidentally hit that, you know, jump button, so you just kind of move your finger up to here, and now you can push all you want and nothing happens. I see somebody down there. Maybe it's a bad guy. See if I can kill him. Now, I haven't really practiced much with this new setup, so I might not be very good because, well, I wasn't good to begin with. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, let's try this out. And is there somebody here? No, nobody here. Now, one thing I like too is that you can just quickly build. So let's say you're running, and then somebody shows up, and you're like, oh crap, build. You know, you can just hit the build button, and then hit the build button, and then all of a sudden you got a wall around you. Go back to shooting, and then you can jump and strafe and then aim at the same time. I love that. Very quick. Alright, let's see if we can find somebody to blast and make a guinea pig, or turn a guinea pig out of me, because I still need practice with this thing. But yeah, let's see if we can find somebody. Oh, I see someone. Alright, check this out. I'm purposely just doing the jumping. Whoo! See that? I would have normally been dead, but because I was able to jump and shoot at the same time, totally works. I love this. Oh, this is so awesome. I just need to practice with it some more so I can get good and use it properly. Can't. Oh, there's somebody. I'm just gonna snipe this person. Screw it. Oh, I got shot in the back, and I'm back on land. By the way, it's really hard playing like this. I'm literally like a foot away from the screen and all that stuff. But something I actually didn't notice, I'm sure PC players knew all the time, is that when you jump, you actually get out of aim down the sight mode. So you can't really just kind of aim down the sights and strafe them as you jump. So you just kind of have to what's the word there? Hip fire. You have to learn to hip fire. So that's another thing I have to get used to. But at least I have a one-up on those frickin' squirrel monkey PC players that always just jump strafe me. And as you can see, I'm not a big fan of that. But I might be now that I can do it too. Let's see if we can find somebody. Wow, that was over fast. Okay, that was a pain. So here's some gameplay footage. It's better quality anyways. Just know that for shooting and jumping and for building, I never had to take my thumb off the right thumbstick, which is amazing. You're gonna love this thing. Well guys, this is definitely a game-changing attachment. The Xbox camp has had it good with their Elite controllers, but at literally only 1/6 the cost of the Elite's $180 price tag, we get pretty much the best part of it for only $30. 4 back buttons would have been nice like on the Elite, but there's just not enough room on the controller for that, unfortunately. And in the end, I'm just glad PlayStation actually gave us something like this. And of course, you can either use this to get a competitive edge, or just to make casual gaming easier, because some button layouts for games are just whack. Anywho dudes, hope this review was helpful. And now to get back to reviewing the Legends Demogoblin Wave, and it looks like the Velocity Suit Spider-Man will be next since he's leading the polls. So until the next video, thanks for watching and peace.